Bamboo comes up from time to time, not nearly as often as Jenkins, but nevertheless a customer requirement. And it turns out there is a plugin for Bamboo from a third party called Wind Tunnel Technologies that will pull secrets from CyberArk Conjur. So being able to demo that, that's what this video is all about. How do you set it up? How do you run it? One thing to note is this version here. The first time I tried to build this, I did it with the latest version of Bamboo, which at this time, end of 2022, is 9.1.0. And I couldn't find this plugin to load it into Bamboo. And it wasn't until I built with 9.0.1 that I could actually see it in the marketplace. So that's something to know. Check your version numbers, and Bamboo is sensitive to that. So I'm going to build the server container. So the image is already built, and so all it's doing is initializing the container. The key store password is change it. So just the Java key store password that it's loading the Conjur certificate into. And then it creates a role for the plugin to use, and then it will spit out the information that we need for initializing Bamboo. So once that's up, here is our URL. That's over here, and we should be able to connect to that. So the first thing that it'll say, it'll ask you for a license key. You can very easily generate a license key by just clicking on this link. Haven't already have a license, but if you click on that, it'll just generate a 30-day license key for you, and that will look something like this. So here's the Bamboo Datacenter trial. It's important to use Bamboo Datacenter, not Bamboo Server. There's two different products there, but if you use the Docker file, it'll build the right thing for you. So that's my Bamboo license. Paste that in there, continue. You can just take the defaults here, and then your database, you want to use the built-in H2 database. And that way you don't have to install any JDBC drivers or do any other configuration. Takes a second to initialize that. And then you move on from there, create your admin user. I just like to do admin CyberArk 11 at CyberArk 11 at admin at cyberark.com. So it will log you out. It will have a timed thing. And then the setup takes a little bit longer than the database initialization. Now, when it says time for an agent, you don't have to install an agent. There is a script in the demo directory that will start an agent external. Unless you're doing something really elaborate, you can just go to the little gear setup thing over here, go to agents, and start a local agent, which is a lot more convenient. The Bamboo documentation says this isn't supported, so who knows if this will be here in future versions. But at least for 901, version 901, you can add a local agent, and that just makes things very simple. So we'll add that, and there's really nothing else to do there. While we're here at Bamboo Administration, and this is what you get over here, but what we want to do is now manage apps. And what that will do is take us to this left-hand menu where we can go find the plugin. So we want to find new apps. These errors come up. I don't know why. I've checked. Doesn't seem to be anything actually wrong. So as far as I know, you can safely ignore them. But just expect those. What we're going to search for is secret. So if we look at the name of this, it's called Secret Managers, not Secrets Managers. So secret, and search for that. And here is our plugin. I'm going to click free trial, accept and install. And then we're going to go to get license. But again, I already have a license, so this will, just like for Bamboo, it'll generate a new license. But if I click on Manage, then here's the Manage Apps section, and here's where I would paste my license key that I happen to already have. So if you're doing this for the second time, you don't need to be generating new licenses. It will generate as many licenses as you want. I haven't had any trouble. I had at one point, kept clicking the new license. I had like 6 licenses, so there doesn't seem to be a lot of concern about generating new licenses. Oh, and look at this. My license isn't valid. Okay. So why is it not valid? Let's do new trial license. All right, we'll do that. And paste that. Maybe I just didn't get all of the license. So now my my license is set up, my secret manager is set up. And now, if you look under Build Resources, we see Secret Managers over here on the left. So we can go over here. There aren't any, so we need to add one. And we're going to add one for CyberArk Conjur. Now the display name is how you reference the secret manager when you're referencing variables. So it's case sensitive. My first name mine, capital C Conjur. For that reason, I now name it lowercase Conjur. My URL, this is all from the script, so you can just paste these things in here. Got my URL, got my account. Secret path, as best I can tell, it's kind of useless. It doesn't really do anything. Bamboo Bot is my ID, and here is my API key. Now, test connection tests authentication, tests that you can actually authenticate. If you put a secret path in here, I can just say foo. It doesn't seem to make any difference. So you can just ignore that. So we'll save the secret manager. The plugin's now set up. And what we want to do now is go create a variable that references, that maps a Bamboo variable to the Conjur variable. And then we want to create a script that pulls that or references that variable. So I'm going to call this Conjur demo. Save that. I'm going to create a plan. I'm going to call it plugin. And create that. There's no repository. And then I'm going to add a task. And I'm going to scroll down here to script. I'm going to create a script task. And call this, pipeline. And down here, I'm going to reference a variable I have not created yet. So I'm going to say echo space $, curly brace, bamboo, colon, db pwd, because that's what I use in my other demos. And so I'm going to save that. So all that's doing is echoing this. Now we could pipe this to sed. I haven't tried the sed trick to actually make sure this is visible, because in the output it will redact this, so you won't actually see the value. But in any case, we'll save that. What I want to do is go back. I'll say save and continue. I want to go over here now to variables. I want to create a variable called db pwd, and then its value is going to be %conjur colon, and then I need the name of the secret. And so you'll notice I didn't actually grant, or you may not have noticed, but I didn't actually grant, do the role grant in the startup. So the script does not grant the identity any access, so you'll have to do that separate from it. Something I probably should have noted before. But I'll go over here, add that path, to my variable definition and use a close percent. So it's percent conjur colon name of the secret close percent. And I think if I just hit return, that adds it. Now I should be able to go execute and do my build action. I want to enable the plan. Don't know what the deal is with that. Then I want to run the plan. And if all is well, then I should see, whoops, it failed for some reason. Let's see why it failed. Bad substitution build task. Oh, Bamboo. And this is where you might want to go to the documentation. This link is in the README. This is the plugin documentation. So you can see we have secrets manager name, secret path, and echo, blah, 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 bad substitution. So I'm going to go check my work now. Go check the plugin. Go look at edit. I want to configure the plan. I want to look at the script. db pwd. Is this where? Oh, it's a period. Look at that. It's a period, not a colon. Is that what I put here? Yeah, I put a colon. That's my problem. So let's try this again. Save that. Go back to my actions. Run the job. Run the plan. And that looks a little better. So default job. And so this is what you get. Basically, you've demonstrated this, that it pulled for Conjur successfully. You can see that it's redacted, so that echo didn't actually echo the value. And this is where you might pipe it to the sed script to put the spaces in so that it actually shows the value. But that's basically it.